can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Hilltoppers will boot it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Auburn Tigers offense will get the first swing of the game. Sometimes you sense that what the kids call swagger is a false bravado. This dude is nothing but real at wide receiver.
Yeah, he's got that speed, and you see DBs, they're probably watching him come on the field right now, and they understand it's going to be a long game. This guy can go get it. He can run. He can do a little bit of everything at the wide receiver spot.
And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because he gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on first down. That's caught. It's Daly. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. Auburn doing business in the red zone. On the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Tigers! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Western Kentucky's offense will get the ball for the first time. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
The quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. The running back and a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
How about that nice run from this junior quarterback? And the Hilltoppers want to pick up the tempo. Going up top on first down. Finds his man down the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Lane. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He's got his man. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. The Hilltoppers will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now on the return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback?
Oh, what a grab by the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Excellent field position here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Keep bringing the heat like that, and you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense, but he ruled the defense.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ogden. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find it.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Here comes the offense on first down. Defense in press coverage. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Flips it out in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Lane. Fires to the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the defense zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Pressure coming. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Toppers. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Western Kentucky is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. On fourth down, looking to pass. Got a man, it's Daly. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Buys a little extra time. Going to try to get it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Tackled, but he has a first down. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
And the Tigers trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Go straight ahead. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Second and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Knocked down for the tackle. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to pass, it's Lane. They're trying to get to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And the Hilltoppers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to bring it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success. We got
a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers!
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tony.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. To the ground to try to move the chains. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Hilltoppers line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC...
Afterburners coming. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is...
Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good up.
It's complete. A huge pickup. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Lane. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd down, going up top. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, WKU! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead. And
he'll loft one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Buying some time. Had to throw it before he wanted. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Buys a little time. Fires on the move. He got it. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Clock reads 12 seconds as they head to the line. We'll see if they're content to go to the locker room. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air, it's Lane. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work in Auburn, Alabama so far, and welcome into the halftime report. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Pat Dye Field in Jordan-Hare.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. So they'll try to make up some of that ground on 2nd down from the 16. He's looking to throw. Gets open down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On 3rd 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Hilltoppers will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. At the 35, he's open. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. Takes a hit as he fires. A strike downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Hilltoppers are in the hurry-up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not good.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Western Kentucky.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone 1 more time after that last drive.
And once you get the...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
That's a great job by the DB playing the ball in the air. You see it all the time. DBs kind of get turned around. The wide receiver goes up and makes a catch. No, sir. DB, great position, knocks the ball down for an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, it's a fumble. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked. Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense set on first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Auburn going to work with another first down. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try to sneak the wide receiver past him on first and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball.
Nothing but green ahead. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Lane. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Hilltoppers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's got an open man. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Hilltopper. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. And they'll bring it out to the 25. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback adapting. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the back. Trucks through the defender. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Daly. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
And that's disappointing for the head coach because you drill these 2-minute, 4-minute type situations late in games. You've got to have awareness and understand what you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to bleed the clock, and you can't do that if you're running out of bounds.
He makes the connection. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Daly.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Got his man in the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catches plenty to give them a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Trying to find his man on first down. Football, he had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll just keep slinging it. Coming after him. He's going to take off. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming in the game, you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. The Hilltoppers in the hurry up. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. It's complete to the left. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. They get to the line quickly.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
This offense has a second down play.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Third and short now from their own 48. Looking downfield, it's Lane. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got his man. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. And the Hilltoppers are moving quickly down the field.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
You want to have a lot of success on defense, make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
He'll try to do it himself. Strong, firm tackle. Already 2 for 2 on third down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Toppers. Lining up for the PAT. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but The offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's caught inside the 25. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Auburn! How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. These DBs going to give a little cushion. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Looking to throw, it's Lane. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They keep attacking through the air. Gets it out quickly. Lowers those pads. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wants to throw. Spits it out to the back. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Makes the catch past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Hilltoppers getting set on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Lane. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Hilltoppers moving quickly to the line. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football.
Makes the catch on the left. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Auburn! And the stomping has commenced. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, Dave, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And after the loss on that last one, an all-important second down play from the 12. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Getting some, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger! And the pummeling has started. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's Lane. Trying to get to him. Trying to make magic with his feet. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Back open in the middle. And that is how we will wrap this one up. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the